Hey y'all, Lindy here, and we are going to be making some beans today. This is my favorite meal to make. It's very simple. You just need yourself a container, microwave safe, because we're going to be quick like that. You need some sauce. I go with the mild Taco Bell sauce. You can buy this at the store. A little bit of extra sauce too. We're going to go with the Valentina. It's pretty good. Then we're going to go with some Tostitos salsa. I've already eaten the rest of my cans. I like the bigger cans, but these ones work too. This is just the traditional Rosarita, traditional refried beans. They're pretty good. You're going to need a bunch of cheese. You can get one of these bigger bags on sale, and then it'll last like 3 or 4 cans worth of this. So we're trying to keep this thing right. Then obviously you're gonna go with the Mission. I like the rounds because they're super easy and they don't have points like to go and hit your gums. The rounds, that's why I go for these. So without further ado, let's start. I made some beans in this. You can see it's a little dirty, so we're just gonna. More beans are going in, so it's not really a big deal. So just. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to open our Rosarita bean. This is the first step. You might be thinking, why would you even make this video? Well, I eat this meal when my wife isn't cooking, which right at the parents' house. They eat super early, so I end up making this meal a whole lot. So what you do is just taking it off, and you're just gonna. There you go. Oh, gross. Got my keyboard. Alright. It's okay, it'll buff out. Alright, what we're going to do next is you're going to flip it to the side. And you're just going to cut it a couple times. This will help it cook faster. You want to cut it a couple. Should have washed this first. Oh well, it's fine. It's all getting microwaved. It's going to kill whatever germs are on it. Okay, hopefully it doesn't wake my son up. Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's put it here. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, so you got your beans, right? Here's your beans. Refried. Rosarita. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of cheese. This is a few step process, so I'll try to keep you guys entertained. Or maybe I'll stop the video. You guys don't want to watch me. It's a pretty quick meal though. I'm just trying to show you that. So I'm getting about a handful of cheese, and then we're just gonna pour it over the top. It doesn't need to cover all the beans. It's all getting mixed together in a minute. We're gonna throw that in there for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Maybe I should have covered that with a paper towel, but this thing's already pretty dirty, so we'll be fine. So when would you make this meal? This meal is really good for a couple reasons here. Mainly because, one, pretty cheap, and it feeds you at all hours of the day. There's not really a time of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that you can't really have beans. It's not like fish. Like, you can't really have fish in the morning. You can have fish for lunch, but as long as it's light. But fish is mainly like a dinner item. Kind of like, you can have a steak in the morning. You can do that. I see some people do that. Steak for lunch is also real good. I love that. But steak really belongs at dinner. But beans is all the time, and it's so tasty. So tasty, so versatile. You can make just regular, eat the beans straight. You can dip your chips in them. You can make tortillas out of them. Like, it's just a. I'm getting sick after all. It's just a good meal. It's a good meal for any time of the day, for any people, any society, any culture. We all love beans. It's good. About 30 seconds left. But yeah, it's just, beans are good. We all love beans. I actually have some. I don't know how to do the video stuff that good yet. God, his hair. But I got some beans on the side there. I got some other cool ones too. Let's look at these real quick. We're not doing any of this fancy garnish, but we are going to put a blank load of this in here. So yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Now let's be true. We're just making these. Okay, so here we go. Remember to always stop your microwave at 1 second so you don't wake up your kids and have to hear that annoying beep. All right. So after that, this is what you're gonna have. I don't know. Okay, let me turn on the light. Nah, actually, no, it's gonna destroy the screen. So basically, this is what you got. So now the next step, take your utensil, and then just start doing this to it. Now, I used to study with Bobby Flay. Learned a lot from Gordon Ramsay, one-on-one, you know. So let's see. You're just gonna keep just mashing it together here. Mashing it. This is kind of what you want it to look like when you're done. And you can already eat it. Like, it's kind of cold though, actually. Still cold. But alright, that's even without the seasonings we're putting in. And by seasonings, I mean our sauce. So, just so the beans are a little more saturated, because this is just the base product, we're gonna put some Valentina on there. Just a little bit, some spice. My wife doesn't like Valentina that much, so when I make these for her, which she doesn't often want, I don't use as much. This is a brand new one, so you gotta remember something about Taco Bell sauce. Besides, I love Taco Bell, by the way. If you guys don't like Taco Bell, then you're just lying to yourselves. Or maybe my body's just built different and I can actually handle it, you guys can't. Anyway, sorry, got a tangent there. So Taco Bell sauce is not for heat. Don't think it's for heat. It's not true. Taco Bell sauce, mild especially, is for taste. We use it for taste. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit on, because we're putting more of this on later. It's gonna mix perfectly with that Valentina to give it a nice full-bodied flavor. Okay, now we're gonna mash this up now. Just watch me. Watch me. This is real quick. You don't even have to do this step if you don't want, but I'm a bit of a health freak, so I like this to be all mixed in together, all nice. Here we go. See that? It's already looking like refried beans. Well, it is refried beans, but it's already looking like whipped refried beans, so we're good there. Okay. Next step. I'm telling you, this is real quick. I'm actually probably making it longer than it needs to be. Next step. Take some of this. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, Bobby Flay taught me to do this. Yeah. It says it fluffs the cheese. Okay. Doing some of that. Okay. Now, we got our Tostitos here. Mix it up a little bit. Otherwise, you're gonna get more wet than body. Like I'm talking like the chunks. So really apply it liberally. Just. So now see how I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've got a good. Dang, I should put the light on. There you go. Anyway, so you got your nice chunks, you got your nice cheese, you got your nice beans, you got your sauce in there. Now it's time to throw it back in. That's another 2 minutes. So far, we've got about 30 seconds to a minute of prep time. 2 minutes in here. We're adding more of our ingredients, and then after that, we're 2 more minutes. It'll probably be good after this. But if you're like me and you like them real cheesy, we can do another cheese round. But after this, we're pretty much ready to go. Especially like this is really good if you get home from a job and you just need like a protein, just a bunch of protein, just hit you right at once. Like eat a whole can of beans, like. Serving size, half a cup. We're eating a whole cup. That's 200 calories. 5 grams of protein. That's per serving too. That's 10 grams of protein in this can. And it's gonna fill you up. Like, it's good. It's also really good for if you like video games. And if you're watching this, there's a good chance you like video games too, because that's basically all I do on this channel. And do reviews, I guess. But yeah, like a WoW expansion, or your new video game just came out, and you don't want to mess around in the kitchen, you want to be playing that game and just immersing yourself in a reality that is not this sad, pathetic one, boom, there we go. You got beans in 5 minutes. Do you get real quick at this? 4 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm just speeding it up. I mean, I'm slowing it down for you guys on this video. That's the only reason I'm going so slow here. But ooh. Now, I thought I had some tortillas and make some burritos, but they're in the house. So here, we're in the fifth wheel, by the way. Stopped it at 1 second. Very important. This is what you're gonna have next. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but oh, it feels hot. It feels hot. Also, gonna give you guys another trick at the very end of this video. So what we're gonna do is it's burning my hand. See, 2 minutes is almost too long, especially with one can. A lot of times I make this with 2 cans. 2 can burn. Anyway. So we're mixing it together. Oh, look how crunchy that is. Look how good that is, right? Now you might be thinking, well, Derek, now that I have the beans, because they're essentially done now, what am I doing next? They're just beans. Like, how do I even eat these? Well, you can just dip the chips in them, right? But that's kind of boring, right? So I'm going to teach you guys something. And also, the thing I was going to tell you later was when you go to reheat this, because a lot of people can't eat this full thing like I can in just one sitting. So, like, what you do before you put it in the microwave later, you're going to draw an X in it. It's all going to be hard from being in the fridge or just sitting on your desk, right? And then you're just going to make an X in it like that and like that. And you can even do a sideways, like make it like a star, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to open up the beans so they heat faster. Because remember, this meal is all about saving time. So, you have your beans. They've got your salsa in them. Use any salsa you want. This is just cheap. They've got your Valentina in them. They have our mild Taco Bell sauce. And then they have cheese. So what are we doing next? You guessed it, more cheese. This is how we're going to make nachos. Nachos is the easiest thing to eat. Pretty much. Like I said, you don't have to go to culinary school like I did just to learn how to do this technique. And you can even use your fingers. Push it off to the side. If you don't want that much cheese, if you're worried about your weight, which really why should you? But we're going to do this. Oh yeah. We're going to fill all the corners. It's almost going to look like a lasagna when we're done. Okay, so boom, 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 and okay. Finished product. We have all of our cheese on top. That's going to give us a nice dip layer for when we actually dip this thing in. Now, this part is up to you guys. You guys can either put in your salsa now, if you want it to be warm like the rest, and to have like that little bit of warmth salsa with each chip. It's already in here, but you could just wait and do it after if you want that colder bit on top of your warm beans. Some people are like that, but me, I like it all to be warm. Especially if I'm playing video games, and I just want this to be, I want it to be all warm. I don't want it to cool down that fast. But boom, this is how you do it. So now you have your salsa on top. Now we are going to add another layer of this right across the top. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Valentina, oh yeah, just for some actual heat, you know. I mean, this isn't that bad. This really isn't that bad, you know. But I'm white, so heat goes a long way with me. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now, what we want to do is we want to have the cheese be a little melted. It's already going to melt a little bit from our warm beans, but now we're only going to do like a minute. Where are you? There. So what are we at now? We're at 1 minute prep time if you're using these guys. We're at yeah, about 1 minute for using that, for putting it in, for smushing it down with your spoon, for adding your salsas, for adding your cheese and your all that. 2 minutes in the micro after that, so we're at 3 minutes now. Bring it out, add some more stuff like I showed you. 2 more minutes, mix it around, get it real nice, and then prepare your nacho dish after that, your nacho casserole, whatever you want to call it. And then another minute. Yeah, this is already looking good. So then after this, I'm going to show you guys the finished product. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to tell just how good this thing is. It ain't gonna be good now because I missed the 1 minute mark. Okay guys, this is what we're looking at here. Okay. Now, some people will take your mission chips at this point. Remember, these are the rounds because, let me show you. This is the round chip. Now it comes with a scoop in it. Look at that perfect scoop. Each one has that. Regular chips are flat and stuff falls off. But this, check this out. Look at that. Still on there. Still on there. Still on. Mostly still on there. And now watch. But watch this. So, see this sharp edge? Watch. Sharp edges, not good. Even with like all this padding on it. Not as good as this. Look at that. Alright, well I only got a little bit of time for my kid to wake up. So I'm going to kind of stop this video. I think you guys kind of get the gist of this. There's a good chance that I will have this whole thing finished within the next 20 minutes or so. After I watch a YouTube video of some court. Probably Zwag. I like to watch League of Legends. I don't have to think while I'm watching it. Anyway. Oh, and if you're watching League of Legends, watch Zwag. He's a super chill dude. It's so easy to listen to him. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Yeah, I should take a picture of this and add it to this site here. That way people can know. Get this out there. You know, because it's so quick, so easy. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Where's my little cool fancy thing? Lindy out. Hey y'all, Lindy's back for just 1 minute. I forgot I didn't tell you how to fix this thing once you get it to this point. I don't know if that's better. I noticed in my video you can't even see any can't even see the finished product, so let's make it put it higher. It's okay. So you see how this has a big hole in the middle now? I don't have a lot of salsa there anymore. I don't have any cheese. It's all just the bean. Well, I want to show you guys how to fix that. Leave your stuff out. Cheese won't go bad unless it's been left out for like 2 days or 3. I could leave this bag on the counter, and cheese is still good. I can just leave it there for like a day and a half, 2 days, and it's not even an issue. I never get sick from it. So we're gonna add some extra cheese into our crater. Add some extra stuff onto it. Salsa. Gonna add some more blessed sauce here. So yeah, you guys kind of get the gist of it. You guys don't really need to see how it looks. You guys just need to see the process. See this wrist movement I'm doing here? It's almost like I got tremors, but I don't. I was taught that a while back. Alright. So now, this is kind of what we're looking at here. You can see that the crater has now been filled into the same level. So we're going to throw this in here. We'll do about 1 more minute. Now, a cool thing, if you actually have tortillas, you don't even need to make the burrito really. You can just take the tortilla, lay it on your hand, almost like a piece of paper, right? And then you're gonna throw it over top whatever container, your bowl, whatever you're using for your beans, and then you're just gonna real gently kind of scup it, kind of push it in. Even if your fingers go through the tortilla, because I like the really soft ones, even if they go through the tortilla, it doesn't matter because the tortilla is gonna cover those finger holes. So then just grab it and just pull it out, and then just fold it. And what I like to do is I put my thing down, I hold the two sides of the tortilla, and I do this. And that kind of like gets the beans where I want them. And then I put it down, I fold the two ends in. You know, maybe I'll just do a video on that. And I stopped at one again. Okay. Finished product. The cheese isn't all bubbly for being overheated. It's just like a little bit of, you know, just a little bit soft. Like everything's, ooh, it's still a little cold. Let me mess it around here. And you just use your finger. It doesn't matter. You're just eating this, and if you're cooking it for someone else, well, I hit it for another 30. I did 1 minute. Now this is another 30. Like I said, just use your finger. If you're building this for someone else, you don't have to tell them to use your finger. Besides, it's going in the microwave. So anyway, the last thing I'm going to tell you is, well, I already told you about the burrito thing, but you guys know how to make burritos. I'm sure there's a better video on that anyway. But now, if you only have the one bowl and you don't want to have to mess around with it, down. Just use your fingers, thermometer. That's good. You can even mix it up a little bit. Just not too much because you don't want to disturb your chip salsa cheese ratio on the top layer. But yeah. So you might be thinking, well, Derek, I've got all this, but I don't want to have to like dip into my chips, or like I'm starving. So I'm going to show you what I do. This is why I use this big container like this. Take your chips and just put them over here. Put them in one side, right? Put them in one side, and that way you have chips over here, and you can just take one off, dip. There. So, you might be thinking, well, Derek, what if I don't eat this many chips? I don't need to microwave it again. Won't it ruin the chips? It won't ruin the chips. It'll give the chips a different texture. And what I mean by that is it'll make them more like soft, almost more like a tortilla. And when you have a soft chip, you can actually bend it like the tortilla I was telling you guys about. And you can bend it around this stuff. And look at that. Look at that. It's like a miniature taco. So, there's really no drawback to this meal. It can be reheated. It tastes the exact same if you reheat it a day or two later. It can sit out on your desk for a full day and not get you sick. It's so processed that, I mean, it's probably going to live longer than you. So, well, that's all I got. I mean, I don't want to make this too long, so. Well, Lindy out for real this time.